Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Thanks for joining us this morning. Hope you're having a good morning. Want to thank a partner of ours, McPhee's Grill of Templeton. Good old Ian McPhee up in Templeton, California. Hometown cooking through and through with their oak grilled filet mignon and macadamia encrusted mahi-mahi and halibut. Can't go wrong with that. Don't forget they have their own butcher shop as well. Take home aged Angus ribeye steak. And Ian has his own famous barbecue sauce. Check him out online at mcpheesgrill.com. Call them at 805-434-3204, and we give away $25 gift cards through our PGA Golf Fantasy Golf, also through contests here at the show. Phone number when we're live right now, which is 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. PST, is 805-903-1974 if you want to call the show. We've got Butch Breeden, co-executive director of the First Tee, in studio with us, and Dr. Ryan McGowie from McGowie Health Group. You can visit his website, healthyslowcounty.com. And we're just continuing the interview with Mr. Butch Breeden.
And before we jump into that, during the break, Dr. Ryan asked the greatest question. He just said, well, he's learning about the First Tee kind of firsthand now. It's not in his circle. And he's like, wow, this sounds pretty interesting, and asked some really great questions during the break. But one of them was, how do people find about our program? How are we marketing ourselves, and how is it happening? And it's a great question because we don't have an advertisement budget. We don't put it in the newspapers. Because it's a nonprofit, there's not a lot of money from that area. As long as we are growing our program sites. So most of our sites have about 25 max kids. Some have more than that, that means you need more coaches. So if you have a little bit less than that, it can be done with a good coach and a volunteer. So quality is as important as quantity. When we first started, it was all about quantity and growing sites and growing kids, and that got a little bit ahead of us. So there's a balancing act. But Butch can answer the most, how do people find us? Every one of us, like Mike and myself, sorry, Butch, but he runs his own golf course. He can market his golf through his golf course. I'm at a golf course. I can market it through my golf courses. And a lot of our sites, the pros there are directly involved with the First Tee. So they have access to that market. So that, through signage or posters or email blasts. But Butch, in general, what would you recommend people that are listening? Because there's First Tees in every state. Every state in the United States, in 5 countries. We
do a little bit of advertising in various newspapers from time to time, but Mike's a great example. He creates a flyer before the start of every session, and he's able to get it into the schools and distribute the flyer in the schools. And so his program is one of our largest programs because he's able to do that.
Muy bueno.
Yeah, but we have Louis Breno?
Muy. Well, don't you have to do it in Spanish? Your flyer?
Bueno?
Don't your flyer have to be done in English?
Yes, has to be Spanish on one side.
I was trying to be Spanish there, man.
Yeah,
that was my attempt.
We have to do that, and we do that everywhere that we do that. But we have many we have many school districts that get so inundated with flyers that they've created a rule that you can't put flyers in their Friday folders anymore or anything. So that's hindered our ability to grow. So now it's more. We have bring a friend. Almost everybody does that at one point during their class. Says, hey, bring a friend for free next week and let them see what's going on. So that's one of the ways that we get the word out, and that's probably the best way to get the word out to the non-golfing community.
But you type in the First Tee in Google, and they'll get all the sites. Then you hit the state of California, and then you can go to they're everywhere. And that'll give you all the information. So people listening want to know.
Well, actually, I think now they've got the website that if you go and ask for locations, the first thing that pops up is where you are, the First Tee in your area. So if you did that, went to the firsttee.org and hit on locations, it would pop up the First Tee.
I just thought it's because we were the best chapter ever. That's why.
Well, that too, but
I thought that's why it was first.
Funny.
But anyways, it is much more than the game, and that's been a slogan that they've used forever, or a motto, because it's so much more. As Butch mentioned, seamlessly, the instructors are golf educated, golf swing educated in knowledge, but they also learn how kids learn, and we introduce life skills as simple as meeting and greeting the proper way. Being confident, looking in the eyes, and shaking hands, and saying the name and listening if someone talks to you. And
I've noticed you've improved on those skills.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm a level 2. I'm a level 2. See, he jumps on. He starts again, man. He's just all over me.
He's sharp, man.
He's been
You can't
ready.
get anything
He
by
came
him.
prepared, man. He's got cheat sheet over there too.
Hey, as much time as I've spent with you guys, you have to be,
Yes.
or you don't get a word in edgewise.
That's right. Okay.
That's
So,
awesome.
anyways, if you are listening and you're interested in more than a game and get some kids out there, and the coolest thing is it's building relationships and letting them self-explore. We believe that we can draw the expertise out of them instead of telling them what to do. We guide them to discovery, and so that and lead them and model it the right way. And I'm getting better at the meet and greet. You're right. And pretty soon I'm going to be confident. I'm going to stand tall, take off my sunscreen, look them right in the eyes, and shake their hands.
Firm
So,
handshake.
Butch, let's
Billy.
talk about fundraising. I mean,
Right.
and you just mentioned you went from the teaching part, executive part. Now you basically are in fundraising. Yay for you.
Yeah, that's right. I know how much you like to do that, Billy.
Oh yeah, remember I'm a giver.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm not an asker.
good.
But
Well, I
anyways,
appreciate
you've run some big fundraisers. Matter of fact, one of your events you have in the fall has been one of the most successful fundraising as far as golf tournaments go in the nation. It's a model, or it's the epitome of a golf tournament, and that's your fall classic at La Cumbra.
Right, we do that every Monday after Columbus Day. Columbus Day comes on a Monday, and the following Monday we do that. All the bankers love us because they get 2 Mondays in a row off.
And Mike, you've run many fundraisers, and I don't know if you can share this, but is there an average typical net gain on a tournament that you typically have at your golf course? You know, you got
Every
100.
tournament's different because
I know,
it's
but-
based on number of players, but it's also based on your entry fees
And
how you're
sponsorships.
and sponsorships.
But is there
and
an
things like that.
average?
I don't know if there's necessarily an average. I think when people are doing fundraisers,
Can you give me an average?
No, the biggest thing I see is people set the goals too high
Okay.
and they fail because they start up a fundraiser and then they go, well, we're going to raise $20,000.
I looked it up, and the average is about 14,000 net.
But when
And
I
that's
like
a
the
full
first
field.
time that I was involved with the fundraiser tournaments, the first tee, what I was really impressed with was Butch and his outline and how he was going to get to the fundraising goal.
Yeah. Well, he's
Because most people don't know how to do that. They
you,
just
you have to have a plan, and,
Yeah.
and actually, the director of events at Monarch Dunes has written the most extensive how to run a tournament set of instructions I've ever seen. She's just done a wonderful job, and I'm sure that I don't know if they'll sell it to you or share it with you or what, but it's pretty impressive. But we've been doing this for a long time, and in La Cumbra in Santa Barbara, we're starting our 14th year. Our goal is to raise $130,000, and that's been pretty close to what we've done in the last few years.
which is
Wow.
roughly 10 times more than the average event. And what I meant by 120 players, not 144, they took an average of a full field being 120, net profits taking away expenses, and it was about 13 grand. And you net, do you mind if you share roughly what you net? It's public information.
We net about 95. Everything we do is public. Yeah.
$95,000. It's a pretty
Wow.
nice event. Now that didn't happen in every event.
Right.
They've been doing that. And it
No,
takes-
well, we just did one at Monarch and raised about 15,000.
15,
Netted
which,
15,000.
which is about that's what about
the
it
average.
is.
Yeah, and we've got an event July 16th at Santa Maria Country Club that it's on a Monday. It's 11 o'clock shotgun, and we're looking for players for that. All of you gentlemen and ladies over in the hot Central Valley, it'd be a nice way to come over and spend a couple days in Santa Maria. It's pretty nice, and playing a golf tournament, have a good time.
Did you hear that, Hop?
You got no response there, Billy.
I'm sorry, sir. What was that?
We're inviting all the people that's over there in the hot valley to come over and see us and play us in the Central Coast here, close to the ocean, for our event on the 16th. We need some players. It's a great. Mike, I want to officially, right this second, invite you to play on my team. On the 16th.
we are playing them, right?
I'll tell you what. I don't
Trying to
play
make a
golf
moment.
anymore, but I will definitely come and caddy for somebody.
Oh,
if they'd like.
Mike needs a caddy. We would love to have you over here.
That's awesome.
Are you a Giant fan or a Dodger fan, Hop?
I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan.
Okay,
born
good.
and raised.
So he can stay in your house? Because Dodger fans are not allowed in his driveway.
No, I let Dodger fans in. They just don't want to come in.
And I'm a larger man. I've got some major carriage on me, and I sweat a lot, so I'll be a perfect caddy.
Great. Awesome. We'll rent you a cart, Hop. We'll get you a cart, man.
Awesome.
So, but anyway, so Butch, the one in the fall is called the Fall Classic.
For the Fall Classic.
The one at Monarch was called the what?
Spring Classic.
So what is this one called?
This is the Summer Classic.
Very good.
I mean, we just covered all, and then we got a Winter Classic. We're going to partner with Golf Talk Radio.
Yes, we are.
November
14th, I think.
16th or 17th,
14th? Yeah,
whatever the
something like
Saturday
that.
is. We're going to do that at Paso Golf Club.
And it's kind of neat, Butch, because I know the one in La Cumbre is set
17th, November 17th.
You can't have the La Cumbre event at every event, but when you have 3 of these, we're kind of covering our entire territory.
We're covering our territory.
So-
We're trying our main goal, other than the La Cumbre event, is to get the word out, to get our brand out, so people know that we're around, and hopefully people will come away and say, "Wow, the First Tee's, pretty good thing, pretty good place to be." An interesting thing. I wanted to share this with you, Billy, because you were talking about NASCAR earlier. We have an auction item that we're going to sell in Santa Maria. Okay, and it's a NASCAR driving experience for one person. Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a NASCAR race car, suited up and speeding along at speeds of up to 150 miles an hour. All right, and they do this at
Not me.
they do this at 10 racetracks around the country, and you can go to Fontana and do it March 3rd or 4th or November 10th or 11th.
That's Mike. You're triple digit
Wow.
over there.
And
There's
probably-
Hyundai over there.
You can probably buy that package for $2,000 and go down there and experience it.
Can I ride
Piece
with
of
him?
cake.
Well, no, you can't
Can't
ride with
ride.
them. But here's the second one. This was the one I was
Billy
really,
won't let me drive, Butch, so it doesn't.
I know that.
He's triple digit, man. The dude flies.
And this is one for Mike. Or Doc, you might even like this.
He has a Volvo.
This is the ultimate Top Gun experience in Mesa, Arizona.
Wow.
Including an air combat mission
Ooh,
for
I
one
want
person.
that one.
So you get to become a Top Gun, emerging victorious from this air combat mission. No experience is required for this flight profile.
Okay, that scares
But
me.
be prepared to show everyone what
Well, it
you
comes
got.
with a pilot, I'm assuming.
Yes, it
Okay,
does.
good.
That would be fun, though.
That one would be huge.
But it says you get experience. You get
Mike
to
loves
experience
flying.
combat engagements, aircraft handling, and G exercises.
Oh, I would die. I would. Oh my
And
God.
I don't. That wouldn't be good for you at all. What if I-
Mike wouldn't like. So I'll fly above your race car.
Hey,
We'll
I'm
fly
cool
down.
with that.
We'll go to Fontana and zip over your race car, man.
But we have calmer things. Back to our experience here. We have masters packages that we sell, and we did that.
How about a spa experience?
I have some spa experiences. Are you into the spa now?
Well, Billy did a hot rock spa experience
I
a
did a
while
hot
back.
rock.
So
Oh, you did.
Yes,
He
it's,
said
I
it was
can't
really
imagine you
cool.
doing anything hot. You're always
I
hot.
asked for cold rock, so that just didn't work. But do they have like garage cleaning packages or anything like
We
that?
could probably put that together.
I'd buy one of those. so obviously it's more than golf, but what's cool about this is like what Butch is talking about is it is a fun day. We bring in our young people so you can see some of the amazing talent that's going through the program. But you can come out and support a nonprofit organization that is instilling core values and teaching life skills. We're building leaders. We don't care if they're golfers or not. I hope they are, but leaders.
We need them.
We need
You
leaders.
can go to tftcc.org, thefirstteecentralcoast.org, and find out everything about it.
Awesome. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back on the second hour here. We'll have Dr. Ryan McGowie from McGowie Health Group,
Do I look
healthyslocounty.com.
sunburned to you?
You're good.
Okay.
And also Club with Dave. Stay with us. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.